Hey guys, this is Adrian from Time Hackers Lab, and today we're going to show you how you can send a lot of CVs, scrape jobs, or if you're a recruiter, then have all the jobs and send out the applications for your talents. Yeah. So how do you do this? Okay, let me show you first what results you get, and this could be basically how it can look. Yeah. So here we have the example of the CV. Yeah, that's my name. Thank you for Nick, by the way, for the recommendation. And you can do all of this via make.com. All right. So how do we do this? All right. Let me show you how this works. Well, you see the result. Now we're gonna build it from scratch. So let's start a new scenario. We're gonna create a new scenario. Actually, let me organize it already. Okay. So first of all, we're gonna have to. Oh, we need to refresh this. Sometimes it doesn't work like this. All right, so we're gonna have to have a Apify because that's the platform we're gonna use. And let's see what scrapers we have. So you go to Apify. This is a very useful platform, as you see. You can pay for a monthly fee, and then when you go to console, at the store you have different kind of scrapers. You can scrape the websites, Google, Facebook posts, Jungle, sorry, Amazon, TikTok, Instagram. There's so many different kind of useful scrapers here, and I've been learning to use this application, and I suggest you too. Okay, so let's search for Indeed. And then here there's a bunch of Indeed scrapers. They're kind of different sometimes. They're not exactly the same. There's a review scraper. There's a Indeed plus LinkedIn, which is good. Actually, this is amazing. Okay, what is this? That's kind of cool. So we could have from Indeed and LinkedIn. So maybe we will try this one just because why not? But the question is it going to pull one from LinkedIn, one from... all right, let's set a maximum of 5. Just Python, city, job type, remote doesn't have. So I wonder how it works here. All right, let's put Miami. We're going to look for Python jobs, and then maximum 5 results. And this is great. Look, they can also scrape with the residential IP address. But let's just start this just to see how it goes. Okay, so it's $5 a month plus the usage, yeah? Just gonna cancel the trial. Okay, so we're starting the run. And what we can do in our make scenario, we can watch runs. And you create a connection, and then you choose the application which you just set up in there. Okay, so now we're gonna click watch this, and then as soon as this finishes, so this just finished. All right. This one didn't get an answer yet. The outputs were quite weird here. Wondering what... let's just try the Indeed. See if it correctly captures. Let's just do Indeed, like 5 results. So now it's pulling everything. Miami, Python, exporting 5 jobs. Okay. Success. All right, so we just got the results here. And what this is telling us is that something just finished running. It's not giving us the data. The data is going to be in default dataset ID. So we're going to add another module right here. We're going to say get the dataset items. Then we're just going to hard code this for now. Otherwise, instead of that, you're just going to use default the dataset ID. So this would be the one you would choose here. Okay. So actually, let's just put it there, just for fun, I guess. So what do we need to do next? So once we have the jobs, we would like to add an AI to personalize our CV. Yeah. So how we can do that in one way, it could be just putting max tokens 492 for fun, and then we put messages. So there's a system prompt here also, which we can use to say you are a helpful and intelligent writing assistant. Then we have user message, text, and then I can just copy from here what we have. We just say below is a resume and a job post. Customize the resume to the job post. Keep the places work the same, but modify everything else. The resume to match the job requested. So this is where the power is. So if you want to apply for many jobs quickly, you can just draft up these CVs, which are like personalized to those job applications. I don't know how long this is gonna work. Companies are probably gonna find out this is happening. But yeah, and then we use a hack here, which Nick taught us. And once you use Markdown ATX format, this is kind of like it's not as complicated as an HTML format, but it's not plain text. So what happens is basically, let's say, if you put this would be headline 1, and then this would be H2, and this would be H3, right? So once there's a Markdown processing application, it would understand these things. So it would basically make this into a headline 1, whatever this is like my story. So my story, this would be headline 1, and headline 2, headline 3. Then it has some other things such as this would be like a bullet point, yeah, and this would be a list, right? So this is Markdown. We're just gonna work with it here. Let's do content message 2. I'm thinking how to do it. Yeah, let's just do message 2, or maybe just let's try to see how it works. So message 2, I'm gonna feed in the resume. As you can see here, the resume is Adrian, whatever, security engineer, so has nothing to do with Python, which is the job we're scraping for. Data engineer, cloud engineer, I guess it has something to do with the Python. Is there any Python words here? Nope. So okay, let's just copy this in. This would be our resume. I don't like that. Gotta do Control Shift V, Command Shift V, because then it pastes down the right format readable. All right, so that's the resume, and then we would have the job post example, and okay, so this would be the job post example. Control Shift V, and after we're gonna have so here we would have the assistant answering how it's gonna look. All right, so now we're gonna just test this, see how it works. Okay, so what the point is here, let's see if everything is correct. Description text, we're gonna delete that. We're gonna use description. Is there no description here? Oh, we gotta run it first. We haven't run it. Okay, so let's disconnect this, just run this, or we could also run this module only. We hard-coded that. Okay, so these are the basically info we got. Oh no, I didn't save it. This is what can happen, man. This is so annoying. Okay, so we're gonna have user, text. Yeah, you gotta always save these things. So below is the format, blah blah blah. Content 2. Control Shift V. Then we're gonna have the next message. Do the same mistakes. Okay, and the assistant would say it's the last one. Okay, so this is done now. Now we can run this. And here, down below, we would put description. That kind of sucks because it's in HTML format. That's just a quirk of this application. So yeah, we could either do an extra module here. That's going to just turn that into HTML to text. Then we're going to have description. And then now instead of that description, we're going to feed in. All right, so let's run this, just so you can see what happens. We're going to hardcode this. No. So what's happening here, I'm putting in the dataset ID, which would be storage, this one, for example. And I would just hardcode this in. And we would run this, just to see what happens. Okay. And we should have the text like in a normal format, all right? This is just taking the HTML and parsing it into normal text. So we just worked around it. Some of the other Apify, let's say, actors in the shop. For example, yeah, this one. Or there's another one here, indeed. Yeah, so this one or this other one, they're just outputting the text format also, so you don't need to do the extra operation to be wasted here. But anyways, let's just see how it works. So we're gonna run everything. It's giving me warnings because I need to put this. So it should allow me to put the text here. So if it doesn't allow you, you can use the curly brackets. 1, and this would be module number 4, as you can see. It's here. Wait. I have a tool here, but I cannot open it for some reason. I want to show you something, but it's okay. All right. So if you can see here, it's number 4. Actually, let me find this very quickly. Okay, I found the tool. And basically, okay, so right here you can see number 4, and we will put it right there. Okay, that's how it works. So we put 4 dot and then text, because that's the name of the output. Yeah. So now it's not going to give us an error anymore. So we're going to run this. It's going to get the job posting. Yeah. So it got like 4 different job posts. It fed it into this one. The input was HTML. The output. Okay, we already have one answer, so let's stop right there. The output is readable text, which we feed into the GPT. And here, operation 1. If you look here, oh, text response. There you go. That's the Markdown format. So Adrian Madian, security engineer. That doesn't sound correct. Maybe it's good. This is happening. So let's troubleshoot this. Why is it not giving us the correct answer? So let's just try to basically, instead of having content 1, 2, and 3 all in one, let's just do separate messages for each one. So we're going to move this up. Then we're going to have message 2. Move this up. It might be getting confused. I just checked it against the previous version which I built and it worked, and that's how it was done. Okay, so we're going to control X this. Remove content 2. We're going to put it user text 2. Okay. And then we're going to take that, put that as message number 4, which would be 3 for us. So let's see. Okay, so now you've learned a few things, and let's run this again. See how this goes. And then as soon as this generates the response, I'm gonna check it, see if everything works. All right. And you can see the benefits of the system as, again, a recruiter or someone who's applying for a job. Okay, we're gonna stop this. Let's see if the resume is correct now. I'm thinking, did I do something wrong here? Input is Miami, full-time. Output was so these are the jobs that it scraped. I'm wondering if these are like it scraped correctly. Full-time, intern analytics, IT systems administrator. So it didn't scrape correctly. Let's try a different actor, which I already tried and it worked. This one didn't do a very good job on Indeed. For as you saw, our input was title Python, and then it's returned like system administrator. So that can happen. So let's go do something else. We're gonna run this one. Let's go to store again, Indeed, and we can just run. We can price it by the results, and let's just run this one. And I've tested this before, but let's just test it for AI and machine learning because that's kind of popular now, and we're the trend boys. All right, so let's run this for just one job, just to test it. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna add this, and we're gonna have it for this one. Okay, so let's see. So it finished. It found an AI ML engineer, but we're gonna have to run it again, I guess, because let's just see if our make.com is working. So we're running it, it's still looking, and the actor is getting the data. It's running for 10 seconds. Should be getting the data soon. If it finished, success. You see? So it got the data, and now there might be a problem here. Let's just stop this. Okay, so I'm gonna stop it right there. We're gonna get the dataset ID, the storage, get that dataset ID, hard code it here again. Now we're gonna run this program and see how it works. Okay, so we ran it. We got the, 1 second, the HTML was empty. Probably we don't need this anymore because the output should be coming. So I'm not sure why that one didn't work, but let's take this dataset. All right, let's take this dataset from storage, copy, paste it here, hard code this, and this should be returning. Oh, let's just see how this goes first. So this is a different actor. This is this actor, Indeed Jobs, and then we have the description text and description HTML. As I told you guys, different programs have different inputs. All right, so let's use this one. We're gonna use the description text, and we're gonna code that here. As you can see here, we can put description text. So we don't need to do the HTML to text anymore because it's already doing that in Apify. It's programmed inside. So let's put it right here. Okay, so let's run this. So basically we ran an Apify agent. We searched for AI ML jobs in the US, and it returned this. Okay, so let's run this and then see what kind of CV it outputs for us. Should be one CV. Shouldn't be too complicated. That's my rise checker. It checks what I'm doing. Okay, let's check this now. That's not good. We don't want that. But let's see. So it's still not correct because I probably did something wrong here. So we have below is a resume. We're telling it to Claude. Then we are giving it the resume as another message. Sounds fair. Then we are giving it the job post as the user. And then we're giving it the resume. Okay, that doesn't make sense, yeah? Because now the assistant is already telling us what we are giving it, like the assistant is answering us with this resume. And that's the last answer. So it's just giving us that resume plus description text, which doesn't make sense. So we have to switch this around. And that would be the third one here. Okay, so let's run this again. What's the problem? Content. So I left something out maybe. So I found the issue, I think. I'm gonna run this again. I think it was that we had this toggle on mapping, but then we had text inside, which wasn't mapped correctly. So let's see if this runs. Okay, so it's running. That's how you sometimes solve it. You don't know what the issue is until you go around and solve it finally. So let's see if it outputs the correct format now. So we had an AI job. So hopefully we should get an AI guy. There you go. Adrian, AI ML, next generation, advanced data lake solutions, blah, blah, blah. Leveraging Python for improved data, blah, blah. Data-driven machine learning solutions. How do you like that? Machine learning data preparation. Oh, beautiful. Machine learning, cloud technologies, data engineering, generative AI. Okay, so what's the next step? All right, so now that we have something in the markup format, we can just use Google Docs. Just create a document. I'm going to call it Adrian's CV. Content is going to be this, text response. And we're just going to put it into, we're going to put it here, which would be, this is the hard coding of the folder. It's not actually in my drive, so it would be in shared drives. I hope it allows me to map it, otherwise that'll be annoying. Yeah, I think it's okay. We're going to map it. There you go. All right, let's see if it works. I just hard-coded that in. Let's see if we're going to get a correct Adrian CV. Ha, no. Why? All right, what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to run everything again. So we're generating the CV again, and we're going to create a document based upon that. All right, it should appear here. So let's delete everything. Once it's done, we should get it here. So the output was created, Adrian CV, and the input was this content. So if you look here now, we get this content, but as you can see, it's not like nicely formatted. Like if you command shift and command option and 1, control option 1 in Windows. So this is like, this should be heading 1, this should be heading 2. So this is how it should look. So how we're going to do that is we're going to do a converter here from markup to HTML, markdown to HTML, because Google understands HTML, right? More than it does markdown. So we're just going to change this up. We're going to put in the text, and then here we're going to, instead of the text, we're going to use that. Okay, so Let's run it again. Okay. And we're creating the document. We're gonna have another agent CV. This is the new one. And as you can see now, beautifully formatted, right? Got the bullet points compared to this, which is okay, but it's not really the best. Here, everything is clear and formatted in a nice way. Ready for the LinkedIn HR people to go and read all this. I don't know what to even say, but all this BS we just created. So use this responsibly. All right, so what we can do next is if we have many of these things, we can have a Google Sheet. We can basically add a row. And I'm gonna just create a new spreadsheet. I'm gonna put it in the same location as before. So it's asking us to create a spreadsheet. So let's go and create the spreadsheet. Okay, it's created here. I'm gonna say jobs applied. And then I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna put it make.com. So this is in training scraping. And then we just use that scraping. And here it's gonna allow us to, I don't know why it doesn't allow us to just choose it. So we're choosing sheet 1. Then we can have any header that we really want. But let's just put, so here we're gonna put title, date scraped, date published. Let's just imagine that works. What else? We got job description. And then we have, let's say, adjusted resume. So let's see how this works now. So just to run this. So I'm refreshing because I want to get these things. So date scraped, we're gonna say just gonna put because there's no date scraped here. We'll just do this instead. We'll just use the calendar inside. Just gonna say now. Date published we already have, so we don't need to use that date. There you go. Description. Text. Adjusted resume would be coming from our content here. So we would just put this one, or we can just use the Cloud's answer, that one. Then we can use, for example, we can also put the link of the company. We can also put in H. So let's call this Indeed link URL. So we have the job URL in H. Just see how this works, okay? So I'm gonna copy this just to hard code it. Don't want to run everything again because it takes time. So just gonna put this here maybe. That wasn't working because we had things inside of this which were connected back to number 2. So we have to basically run the whole thing again. And now we should get new rows, which looks very ugly, but we can reformat that. That's not a problem. So we have the, funny enough, it shouldn't go here. It should go below. Anyways, we have the date scraped, date published. We can always reformat these things. We have the Indeed job link. And yeah, so that's how it looks. So now just to test everything again, we're gonna run everything. So I just changed here the sheet URL. So now we would have also the link to our Google Doc, which we just created. And yeah, so I'm gonna put this as the web view link after the doc gets created. Then also we can, sometimes there's an email address in the, so here I don't see any, see the name of the company. So all of this could be mapped onto the Excel or Google Sheet, but yeah, city, country, etc., etc. But let's say we have the most important parts now. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna watch actor. So let's see which actor we're watching. Okay. So if this doesn't work, we're just gonna hard code it. So we're gonna go to input, go to actor, AI machine learning. We're gonna do 5. Let's just do Python for fun. Python. We're gonna do 5 listings. We're gonna go save and start. So once this finishes, and we can also, by the way, we can code this also into make. So let's say if we have another scenario, and this will get finished soon probably, but we can also run the actor from here, and we can feed it the jobs we want with the JSON file. So we would just run an actor, and then we would choose which actor we want to run. So it would be this Indeed scraper, and then we would input the JSON, and how we would do that is we take, so I think it just ran for the 5 results, but just to tell you how we would do that, we just like put something like this in, yeah? So how that would be is you copy this, you put the job title, and other things if you want to, right? So it would be Miami, and you will see how it looks here. So this is what you would input, then you would run the actor, and then you would watch for the actor, yeah? So this one didn't catch it, probably because I'm catching the wrong one here, but let's see, because I didn't name these, I don't know which one is which one, that's why you should always name them. But here, let's see, if we have the Indeed scraper, order line, because that's the creator's name, yeah? So if we just have that, let's connect. Okay, now it should work. And by the way, one thing, this was hard coded, so we need to take it from here. So we would get the default dataset ID. Delete this. Now everything should be correct. And we're watching borderline. So if we run this again, let's say we run it from something like here. Now we're running this again. So once it's finished, we should have a notification, and then taking that dataset ID, putting it into this, and then getting the data, which was the job posting scraped, putting it into AI, putting that into a Markdown format. From Markdown format, we convert it into HTML. The HTML, Google Drive and Google Docs understands that, and then we add the information to the row. Yeah. So the first bundle got completed, or it just like said that the run was completed. So just found the job in Miami, I think, because we were running Miami. So yeah, this just got added. Let's just make this more useful. Yeah. So I think it's an AI job in Miami. Graduate trader, campaign analyst. So I'm guessing there's no machine learning, AI, ML. So as you see here, the input through the program of, or sorry, never mind, we were scraping for Python, right? So that's what's happening here. We're actually Python. So we are searching for Python jobs now. And as you can see, everything is getting generated, and we would have the sheet URL, which would be the CV we would be sending in, graduate trader, and then we have some Python skills. So everything is like basically ready to go. Now you just need to send in this resume, and you could probably do that by some extra automations, but you could get caught, and it's just so easy to just put this in now and apply for the job. Okay, so everything got generated. We have used 21 operations here, 5 times 4 plus 1, and we have added everything here. We have the 4 files. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the Time Hackers Lab channel if you want to save time, apply for jobs like this, and if you're a recruiter, we can make way more than this. Anyways, have a good day. Talk to you later. Bye.